The rest, you don't have to guess. I had to tap into my greatness, become a different master, and I passed the test. Finals is my destination. This is refined innovation. This proper representation came to provide inspiration. Hip hop is our celebration. Go! When I first got knocked, it was looking bad. Now I'm free at home, and they looking sad. They confusing, they see that we cruising. We just keep it moving and get to the bag. They say he retarded, but he don't write. So if it's a song of his, then the genius started. But the thing about it, I don't only rap.
What you mean?
I used to be an artist, got in graphic arts when I ain't had the smarts. Always had to drop it, never had the parts. Always had the talent, mixed with hella passion. I was never Kevin, I just had the heart. Now my rap is art. I got my appeal with some jumper cables, that's a brand new start. Had me out of sight, I was in the dark. Never found a switch, I just had the spark. They say we blessed from the way we finesse. No, we straight from the X and we stay representing a different kind of flamers. We are venom with the flow that's gonna make you remember my name. It's delivery with consistency, creativity, versatility. They just silly to think that we really not kicking the door down to get in the game.
1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Holla to the kings, holla to the queens, and everybody in between. You are listening to On the Rise, a new Kemet Radio's weekday morning show. I'm your host, Radio Faheem. How you doing? These next shows are going to be something interesting. I done stumbled down a historical rabbit hole, and as well as handling stuff in my personal life. And we're going to talk about some personal life issues as well. But what we're mainly going to focus on these next 2 to 3 months are going to be the facts of our country, some of the facts of our country, some of the facts that they might have left out in history class, some of the facts that they might have left out or they might have also taken out, some of the facts that they might have also taken out when they took out the Constitution. And some say it started with the Pledge of Allegiance. Let me ask you a question. Do you know your Bill of Rights? Do you know what the Bill of Rights are? Do you know about the Constitution of the United States of America? Do you know about the Constitution for the United States of America? Some of you may have caught it, but those are two completely different documents. And so I believe I'm going to start a series. I'm going to start a series, and this is going to be about a quick introduction to the series. But come Thursday the 23rd, we're going to start our first episode in the series. And I don't know whether this is going to be a 3, 4, or 5-part series, but I do know that this is going to be the most epic history lesson you probably ever will attend in your life. We got a whole lot to talk about. The inauguration happened yesterday. Obama looked pissed. And the rest of the country was told by a certain amount of people in power that things seem to be going down a civil war route. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Today, I'm not going to pick names from the hat. Today, I'm just going to do a live. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to have a conversation. I want to know your thoughts, your feelings on the inauguration. How are you surviving? How are you uh, rejoicing? How are you confused? Or maybe you knew this was the plan all along. If so, let's talk about it. Hello to the Kings, hello to the Queens. I'm your host, Radio Faheem. You are listening to On the Rise, New Camera Radio's weekday morning show. And I need a Millie.
Same on me, same old team, same old dream with the same old fiend, same old squad, same old nog. If they want beef, it can't be squads, nah. Never gonna run out of battery. I need a million, don't need a salary. Painting the vision, go look at the gallery. Y'all could be fucking with on an normality, nah. People been looking for something. Boy, could you stop all the frontin'? Y'all know my shit is imported. The problem been sorted, the record recorded. Woke up in the morning, was thinking about touring. My life is so boring unless I be drippy. And boy, I be on it, no fitted with lady. She coming to get me, we showing the video. Yo, free, venture, fitted, mother, squishin'. Yeah, this shit ain't no plan, it's a motherfucking mission. Yeah, now we do it. Hold up, yeah, and they bitchin'. Yeah, she just won't fuck. I don't like the way she gets it. I need a million, yeah. I need a million. I need a million, yo. I need a million, yo. I need a million. I need a million, yo. I need a. Yeah. Yeah. Get it back. Hey. Yeah. Tryna get money like where my Mercedes at. Looking for thotties like where all the ladies at. Analog got me like where are the 80s at. All of that homage, man, you gotta pay me that. Boy, I been ballin', they know where they blame me. I got what I need, they never gave me that. So what I say, I never take it, but I gotta brag. Cause I was the only one in my school with ambition, yeah. Now I got some, everybody see the vision, yeah. Boy, you keep on dissing, but you ain't in my division, yeah. If you keep on frontin', know that it's a bad decision, yeah. Free, venture, fitted, mother, squishin', yeah. This shit ain't no plan, it's a motherfucking mission, yeah. Now we do it, hold up, yeah. And they bitchin', yeah. She just won't fuck, I don't like the way she gets it, I need a million, yeah. I need a million, I need a million, yo. I need a million, yo. I need a million, yo. I need a.
Oh my god, what the fuck, Trey?
Don't push me, I'm close to the edge, don't wanna see where it goes. I've been at war with these thoughts in my head, can't let nobody get close.
Yeah, she living life on the edge, she putting coke in the nose. What's going on in my head? Honestly, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I'm putting drugs in my body, I'm praying I don't overdose. I had to push away all of my friends, nobody be playing me close. I had to try to run up some ends, the scratches tuck under my coat. I made a flip and I flipped it again, I know that I'm doing the most. Don't gotta brag or boast, we burning the bread like toast. And free my little partner, he travel the time of these niggas and think I was ghosts. These niggas be worried about little more, they need to be worried about their hoe. And I said the trapper with all type of traps is feeling like home alone. My niggas be scrapped up with all type of scraps, these niggas don't really want woke. No niggas who selling white Iverson is feeling like Post Malone. These niggas be capping a nerd song, that ain't really what they be on. And I fell in love with a pretty little chocolate bitch, can't leave her alone.
Don't push me, I'm close to the edge, don't wanna see where it goes. I've been at war with these thoughts in my head, can't let nobody get close.
Yeah, she living life on the edge, she putting coke in the nose. What's going on in my head? Honestly, nobody knows.
Diamonds be dancing all over her neck, designer names all on the clothes. Medusa head locked on the wrist, look her in the eyes and you might be froze. Distractions attract to the journey, no, never gonna leave you alone. Working the land and building a life, somewhere that I could call home. I lost all I had to get it all back, I had to learn all on my own. I had to trap, I had to jet, I had to slide with that chrome. The things that I did made me who I am. The past has been written in stone. Humble but never been sweet. Better watch how you speak or go library mode. Don't push me, I'm close to the edge. Don't wanna see where it goes. I've been at war with these thoughts in my head. Can't let nobody get close.
Yeah, she living life on the edge. She putting coke in the nose. What's going on in my head? Honestly, nobody knows. Yeah.
Rearranging it back. See the kid straight feeling the swag. I'm in the jet and I'm not coming back. Showtime got Zoe on the back. Niggas be hating and that's what the fact. Phone calls and see through my tents. When niggas on, I'm like, where niggas at? When the net stop sending them threats.
Patiently waiting, is you ready to ride? Like they ain't no love in this cup. Fuck all the talk when we living it up. It's a party, more lick in your cup. Bad as she shaking, she ready to do me. Bring a friend, I know you a groupie. Turn it up function, you know it's a movie. After Migos, she feeling real loopy.
I'm in the club and I'm living it up. That's my chain, I'm not giving it up. Run up on me, but I'm keeping it tucked. 38 finna shoot a bitch up. Breaking it back in the back of my ride. See a G, now she wanna go slide. I'm getting to it, no time for a slide. Baby, listen, I'm stuck on my line.
Saying my gangsta, I'm feeling like Sosa. Ass fast, she shaking like Doja. Bustin' her ass in the back of the back. Showtime, she jacking a splat. Shorty, she shaking, I'm stuck in the days. I'm just looking at her waist. I'm just looking at the cake. Pussy wet in the leg.
Baby, it's my rearranging it back. See the kid straight feeling the swag. I'm in the jet and I'm not coming back. Showtime got Zoe on the back. Niggas be hating and that's what the facts. Phone calls and see through my tents. When niggas on, I'm like, where niggas at? On the net, stop sending them threats. Breaking and smile, rearranging it back. See the kid straight feeling the swag. I'm in the jet and I'm not coming back. Showtime got Zoe on the back. Niggas be hating and that's what the facts. Phone calls and see through my tents. When niggas on, I'm like, where niggas at? On the net, stop sending them threats.
That hip shit. That hip shit. That hip shit. That hip shit. She all on my body like, all on my body like, shorty all on my body like, all on my body like, shorty she all on my body like, all on my body like, shorty she all on my body like, all on my body like, shorty she all on my body like.
Holla to the king, holla to the queens, and everybody in between. You're listening to On the Rise. This is a new Kemet Radio weekday morning show. As you can see, I'm trying to still get used to adjusting this mic. It's hard to figure out your mic level, right? Okay. I think that does me better. So, yesterday was Martin Luther King Day. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Day. And for those who don't know, Martin Luther King Day always falls on the third Monday of January, every January. Yesterday was also Trump inauguration day. Now, there's a lot that we can go through about that inauguration, and I wrote down some notes. And tomorrow we can talk about some of those notes that I wrote down for the inauguration, right? Today, I just want to do a quick overview, just a real quick overview. Have you ever heard of a thing called accelerationism? It's a term. It's more of not necessarily more of a not necessarily a movement like socialism or a system, but more of a concept. We'll go over the brief overview of what accelerationism is. Um, the 19th president and the fourth turning. These are terms that I implore, I I strongly urge you to look up on your own when you get the chance. But if you tune in, so on the rise, within the next month, 2 months, we will be talking about this. We will be talking about such. I was I was put on to something because I came across a video of, and there's always these military looking guys that their videos always seem to grab my attention because for some odd reason, despite the overwhelming number of veterans with mental health issues in our country that severely deserve funding and help that haven't been getting it after serving our country, when they have time to make videos and they're not sounding incoherent, they're not sounding frazzled or discombobulated. No, no. They're actually pretty calm. They're actually pretty calm. And if you're watching the pre-recorded version or the radio cast version of this episode, which you can find on Spotify 9 times out of 10, or you can automatically go to YouTube under New Kemet Entertainment and find it. I'm there. Um, when they make these videos, they sound very calm. And I'm going, like I said, I'm going to link it. But there's a there's a guy who talks about. Let me see if I can pull it up because it's actually in my story. So you know what? I'm gonna go when we come back from the break. I'm gonna pull it up. When we come back from our next break, I'm gonna pull it up. But there's a guy who talks about the 19th president and how Donald Trump did not swear on the Bible when swearing in the office this election. Now, um, there's a picture floating around about that, and like I said, after the break, I'll pull up the video and we can watch the video together. But that begs the question to him, why? And a lot of people, I can't say a whole lot of people, but there's a significant amount of people over the last 10 years that's been making videos, that's been making content, that's been writing articles stating stating that there was only 18 United States presidents and that there will be a 19th president. And in a more recent time, those who that agreed with there being a 19th president have declared Donald Trump the 19th president. Now, I know some of you are going to beg the question, whoa, Bob, whoa, radio. What do you mean 19 president? Ain't no way we only had 19 presidents. Aren't we on like 47, 48, 46, 47, 48, some shit, right? Well, that begs to ask the question, if you do you truly know American history? Do you know how the line of succession has been not the conspiracy for the line of succession. I'm talking about the actual line of succession that has already happened. Do you know who these men were? Do you know what these men represented? Who they were with, as in the organizations, the communities that they were with? I went down a deep rabbit hole the other night, and it truly truly boggles me how these are some of these things you would have called conspiracies, or they would have called them conspiracies about 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. But because of the age of the internet, because of access to information, and due to the the blatant obscureness, the blatant abridging, the blatant erasing of certain historical components right under our noses, and then lied to us as being called a Mandela effect. I'm talking about actual history here. I'm not talking about a conspiracy. I'm not talking about circumstance. I'm not talking about my personal thoughts and opinions. I'm talking about America actually taking an effort to either hide or change historical fact of this country, nay, nay, of the world. And of course, as the saying goes, all roads lead to Rome. And we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. We're gonna talk about that. But oh boy, oh boy. Y'all remember life? You remember life? Remember when Martin's character was like, I'm gonna get some pies, right? And Eddie's like, those are white only pies. Oh, hold on. Ooh, excuse me. Mm. Those that bless me up there. Thank you. Those are white only pies. Those are white only pies. White only pies. These are white only pies, right? Remember, I don't know. If you haven't seen the movie Life, starring Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, it is hilarious. A classic, not just a cult classic, but a phenomenal hit of its day and age, and um, revolutionary enough that for a time period, it had put in the people's heads that the prison system was made to be the new slave system, right? And we'll go through that too, because all of this has a part to play in American history, and we're not going to go through all of it in this episode and this show today, but we're going to go through it over the next month, 2 months, because I say it all. People say all the time, right? It's a known fact, or at least the known opinion of a lot of people that if you do not learn your history, you are doomed to repeat it. Now, remember one of those terms I told you earlier, the fourth turning or the four turns, right? We're gonna talk about that tomorrow as well because that gets in the really deep category, and we're gonna go through some stuff today as well. And I found a video from a young man from about a year, almost 2 years ago, and it he predicted this in a way that it was just astonishing, truly astonishing. But I have some notes that I want to go over from the inauguration of Donald Trump. Um, yeah, so we're gonna do that when we come back from the break. House to the Kings, House to the Queens. I'm your host, Radio Faheem. You're listening to On the Rise, New Kemet Radio's weekday morning show, and your source for historical revolution.
Oh no, yo, my ego feeling kinda big. Like a nigga with no swag and all designer fits. My mama made me mad, I know she had that fire wrist. Cause your son is dope, yeah I know, he a narcissist. Whoa, never that, just alert of my worth. Worth on this earth isn't done, so just hold up the hearse. Might thriller, might killer, better run them jewels. Or they leave you out back like a Subaru. I'm on a different mode, different view. Hit the pool, let his crew at Supreme like she go to get the schools. Whoa, Berkeley ought to hand your ass a scholarship. Educated and you know how to do it on a split. Multi-talented, man, that sound familiar. Half and half, rapping, ain't nobody iller. They couldn't figure out how we came a figure. Fresh Prince of my city, cause I be that jicky nigga and we gone. Off the Henny, off the Remy, off the Tron. I know that Kenny gon' get me in the zone. I know that Zanny gon' last me to the moon. Girl, go and drop them panties. See the carbon fiber frames and she wanna rob my face. Baby, just don't leave those stains on this Alexander Wang. That's one hell of a dry cleaning bill for you to pay for. Secure the payload, ayy, bring the pesos. I'm so thankful for all my queso. My nudes are tasteful, but they stand on the same phone. Ain't no MTO, TMZ, expose. Let's just pay, just make sure that you edit out my face and we gone.
Off the Henny, off the Remy, off the Tron. I know that Kenny gon' get me in the zone. I know that Zanny gon' last me to the mall. Girl, go and drop them panties to the floor.
Human nature, nothing short of a wager. In a world full of haters, I know this love is hard to find. I couldn't handle the weight of the pressure, forcing my heart to open wide. Gotta stay calm before the stormy weather, in hopes that we can both stay alive. Too many obstacles, often astray.
It only gets better. I promise. Better go cross my T's, better go down my eyes. I don't want to tell no lies, wonder what it's gonna be. I don't want to send no lane, I don't want to sell my soul. I don't want to leave my team, wondering about me. I don't want my girl stressing, but I know I want blessings. I've been working so hard at it, am I gonna learn my lessons? I don't want to look up in the mirror lately, might just get confused by who's staring back at me. Feel me, baby, we could make a movie, only starring you and me. You could play my new shit on repeat, nigga, we could hit the sheets. Baby, rub my hand while you tell me it gets better. Cause I've been self-doubting, will I ever get my head up? I'll get out of bed up, quarter to September. Hope that I remember where I came from. Till they never let up, no, can I just let up? Couple thoughts and feelings just and all that I've done. By my side all night, alright, babe. I'ma hit your line when I cry, baby, tell me, babe. Tell me it's okay, I'll be fine, that's on everything. Tell me you can see all the signs, that's on everything. Never, never, never. Not ever. Will I ever let you leeches drain me? Hand right where the paint be. Need a softer brush if you gon' paint me. Lately I've been trying to get back on beast mode, but this real life, so there ain't no cheat codes. You learn what you repeat though. See, history is up in repetition, and I do not plan on fucking up my mission. In the kitchen slowly pacing, oven slowly heating up. Let go of my old self, cause he just ain't good at keeping up. Hear a ding, the pizza's up. Damn, your boy is hungry, ayy. Let me not get lazy, for the doubt start to outrun me, ayy. Plus I need my money, ayy. Bank account is wildin' out, overdrafting, overcapping. I'ma tell it how it is. Ready to look in the mirror, begin my analysis. Claim they put the work in, but they looking free of calluses. You been by my side all night, alright, babe. I'ma hit your line when I cry, baby, tell me, babe. Tell me it's okay, I'll be fine, that's on everything. Tell me you can see all the signs, that's on everything. You've been by my side all night, alright, babe. I'ma hit your line when I cry, baby, tell me, babe. Tell me it's okay, I'll be fine, that's on everything. Tell me you can see all the signs, that's on everything.
HALLA to the Kings, HALLA to the Queens, and everybody in between. I'm your host, Radio Faheem. You are listening to On the Rise, New Kemet Radio's weekday morning show. I want to show y'all this video. And it begged me to ask a few questions, as well as rethink a lot of the things that I've learned over my lifespan in school, while researching, and when the January 6th insurrection happened. That's another hot button topic. We'll also get to talking about that. But I want y'all to take a listen to this video real quick.
Did y'all catch it? Okay, take a look at the picture. Now, I'm gonna explain this. Do you see his hand on the Bible? No. Not because he's not taking an oath on purpose, but because he was already sworn in. This is the inauguration for the corporation which is no longer around, the United States Corporation. There's no way he could have taken an oath for a dissolved corporation. Remember that. He is the president of the Republic, the 19th president. There is no hand on that Bible because he was not taking an oath today under this dissolved corporation that we've lived under. Man, I caught that. So many people are catching that. That's amazing. Amazing. That's proof right there. That's all you need to know. The best is yet to come.
All right, one moment before I say my thoughts on that. I have a visitor. Damn it, Chanel. And we're back. All right. Well, I wanted to show that video, right? And before before I get to my next video, I just want to give y'all a little bit of where my knowledge base is. Like, before the age of 12, I've read two sets of encyclopedias. I read the Great Book encyclopedias. There were these blue books with either gold or silver lettering. Don't exactly remember. Um, but it was that encyclopedia and the Encyclopedia Britannica, right? Those are encyclopedias my grandmother had. Those are actually, I believe, like one of the first books I remember actively grabbing, laying my hands on. And I've fallen in love with Shakespeare. Falling in love with Shakespeare, which is a weird thing to say. I think I was like 7, 8, and I was like, I love Shakespeare. Anywho, so I've always loved reading, and I've loved learning about not just the world and history, um, culture, right? And just the vast knowledge of the world. Because once I found out about encyclopedias, man, LeVar Burton was right. It's in a book. Just take a look. It's the Reading Rainbow. That was my shit, son. Um, yeah, I went. I could go anywhere I wanted inside of a book, and it was great. It was fascinating. It was it quelled the curiosity, but it also made me want to explore more, right? Because then I had a firsthand life account of how I know bias can be depending on the source that you're reading. I had a firsthand account on multiple levels. I was born in the 90s but raised in the 2000s. So 9/11 was the thing. And if you can't tell, grew up Muslim. Right? Grew up Muslim with a Muslim family. And it was something to to not just be Muslim in America at that time. But at first it was interesting to be a black Muslim in America and then still be God darn it, Chanel. Doggy busting in my room. Anywho, and so when you read a lot, when you get to explore a lot uh, through books and not just books, but I also grew up with like being some of the first kids that can homeschool with computers at home. Like they were, of course, there was homeschool with kids with computers before me, but like this is when like computers were getting good, right? I'm talking about like we had Vista, right? Everybody XP and then Windows Vista, we got Windows 7. Like it was crazy, crazy. Um, Space Pinball, that was the game, son. Spider Solitaire in Minesweeper. Woo-hoo. Don't get me started on memory lane, yo. I can tell you how many pictures it took me 3 days to download. I remember when Dine and Dash and shit first came out. Anyway, I'm reminiscing too much. The point I'm saying is that when you read a lot, right? When you read a lot, you come to understand things in a wider range with a bit wider perspective. That also makes sense in your current lifetime, and it becomes scary. Now, while I was learning about the Civil War, right? About the North and the South, and my mother was the first one to tell me before any school that, and in the back of my head, I like to think that I was one of the reasons why the school started saying it, but um, my mother was one of the first people to tell me that the war of the Civil War was not fought because of slaves, right? The Emancipation Proclamation was a strategic move for the United States and what we know as the Union and then what we know as the Confederates, right? It was a move. It was a power play. The South lost. Boom. Um, I always knew there was way much more to the story than that, but not enough that could be proven, right? Not enough. Darn computer stuff. Not enough that could be proven. Not enough that I could say, this is historical fact and this is not just a conspiracy. Not enough. But I learned that there are people out there that still believe that the Confederates, the South, were the rightful uh, winners, and that the country has been basically co-opted ever since. Um, that's interesting enough to say by itself. Now, that plays into effect when you come to think about the January 6th insurrection. And not even just the fact that Trump pardoned all 1,600 of them. Not just that. Um, just the fact that there are people that believe there that the country can be and has been co-opted by either a corporation, a rebel group, whatever have you, Chanel. Stop. I had that dog busting more times than me either having sex or somebody catching me masturbating. God damn. Yes, I've been caught numerous times. Either or. That's not the point. Um, it's so there are people that believe that the country has been co-opted and stolen, right? Now, there are people that have believed for a very long time that this country has been uh brought, right? And I've heard it. I've heard it not just from my grandfather, but I've heard from other people's grandfathers. And it's interesting. It's interesting that I have to say this, right? Because we don't talk to our elders anymore. We don't, and it's not even just the elders in our family. We don't talk to the elders of of society anymore. We've talked them up to being kooky, batshit crazy, stuck in their ways. But there was a time in which we used to at least talk to our elders and learn their story and take into consideration the way that their life was, that society was for them in conjunction with how society is for us. We've severed that line. And I strongly believe that's one of the reasons why we're in the predicament we are in today, because we severed that line. But we don't talk to our elders like we used to, man. I remember like when it was like mandatory, you had to either help volunteer at an old folks home or um you had to like be around your grandparents or take care of an aunt or a great uncle or somebody or family reunions. Does any hold up? I got hold on. Does anybody remember family reunions? Do family reunions still go on? Some people may say, "Oh, that's a South thing," right? Mm, we low key used to have family reunions up here up north too. Even you can say my because my family's from the South or whatever, but like family reunions were a thing. Do we still have family reunions? No. We've been so broken and divided on a personal level. How did we ever think that we could come together in a societal, in a political, in a governmental manner? We're a joke. Myself included, we're a joke. We have cut off the connection to our past, and now we're creating or repeating mistakes that our grandparents made. And I'm gonna tell you why that is, but we're gonna get to that. When I used to talk to older people, when I used to talk to, that was my tangent. Please, y'all gotta excuse my tangent. I got a lot to say. Um, but when I was talking to these elders, right, men, women, like grandparents or great aunts or great uncles of people, you know, or even in some cases great grandparents of some people. When I had the pleasure to speak to these people, we always find something in common that we go down that route, and then I always get to ask them about a memory or something that they had or something they did, or find out they served in a type of in a war in Vietnam, in um some of them World War II. I've met and spoken to World War II. I've met a Holocaust survivor and gotten to speak to her. I'm not sure if it was Ellie Wiesel or her daughter. I gotta recap that. Gotta look back and I can tell you. But I met a Holocaust survivor and got to firsthand talk to somebody who's been through one of one of the most tragic, tragic times in history. I've also got to live I got to speak to, not live with, but I got to speak to great aunts or grandfathers that their parents were slaves, not their grandparents, but their parents were slaves. And I got to hear those firsthand accounts of their life and how some of them were raised. And I think that's something that I want to get back to doing. I think I want to get back to speaking to our elders because there's something we can learn. You can always learn something from something. If you ever say you went through a day without at least learning three things, either you's a liar or you're really an NPC, a non-playable character walking around. You're really just NPC and automatic responses out there. Sometimes I get in my NPC mode. I can't lie. I can't lie. But We don't talk to our elders anymore, and we don't listen to what they have to say. And the ones I spoke to often said that two things: America was signed over, and that it is a corporation. I've heard this before. I've heard this long before Trump was running for president. I've heard this long before Obama was running for president. I've heard this when I was so young. I don't think I think I was still watching Sesame Street when I was hearing this. That's that's how young I was. Um, I've also heard that we pay the Queen, we pay England, we pay London, and I always thought that was interesting, right? And people used to say, "Oh well, we still pay taxes to the Queen," and I'm just like, how, what, and how was this done? And it's so slick that I believe I might have also unraveled one of the reasons why we have a credit and debt system in America. And this is not a conspiracy. This is just how debt is passed down through generations. And it's crazy. I'm gonna give you the Spark Notes version. I'm gonna give you the Spark Notes version. But before I do that, I do want to show y'all one other video, and then we need to take a break because I want to show y'all one other video. This video is going viral, right on Instagram. This video right here, this first video was courtesy of since 2020 77. You know, check her out on Instagram. She always, or they always, don't know who it is, but they always have something to post. Now, this one is for the Book of Remembrance. Oh, Book of Remembrance. Oh, the Book of Remembrance. Follow them on Instagram. This is interesting. Check this out.
The so-called Roman salute is performed by stretching forward the right hand, with palm down and fingers touching. Despite how often it is portrayed in modern historical media, this exact gesture is not featured in any of the ancient Roman sources or iconography. It owes its popularity to the works of a French neoclassical painter, Jacques-Louis David. His Oath of the Horatii is the earliest and most famous depiction of the salute. David's paintings were an inspiration to both Italian fascists and Hollywood. The first made the gesture popular among various nationalist movements. The second solidified its association with ancient Rome. David's original inspiration may have been Trajan's column, which depicts Roman soldiers acclaiming the emperor with raised hands. Another close thing in the actual Roman tradition is the adlocutio pose, used by orators to address the audience. It looks similar, but the hand position is different, and the whole motion is supposed to be more natural and less rigid.
And on that note, we're gonna go to some music. 'Cause I need to take a break. I definitely need to take a little mental break. Holla to the Kings, holla to the Queens. You're listening to On the Rise, New Kemet Radio's weekday morning show.
Sitting too pretty, wishing I had something to do. Admitting I'm petty and fearing I'm wasting my youth. That I was expensive, that I spent just thinking of you. Glitter can't hit it, cause but you're replaceable too. The way I get it poetic, just gotta walk into a room. My aesthetic, magnetic, I'm pulling left and right, it's true. Making messes, confessions, if I didn't wanna be my groom. Why not worship, no church, and filled in big off a second tune. Sitting on pretty. Material, think imperial, the way I move. Left for everyone, anyone, I'm not just talking dudes. Is that surprising that guys are not the only ones that screw? Get your head out the dead, face just gonna sit my pretty. I'm just gonna sit my pretty. And I know how this goes. Yeah, talk your shit, but I'm in. Yeah, I gave so much praise. Now it's time, yeah. I'm just gonna sit my pretty. 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 DJ, can you play another house song? I really need to hear another house song. DJ, can you play another house song? I really need to hear another house song. Turn it up.